Hi guys, my name is Randy Chavez, coming at you today with a VeVe Omi update video, Vcon as well. Guys, if new, welcome. If not, welcome back. I love you all. Dash, you will be here tomorrow or today, depending on when you are watching this video. So, initial thoughts of Vcon. Before going in, I had watched Gary Vee tirelessly for like 5 years, learning everything about Uber, his plan to buy the jets and all that. Just amazing guy, amazing character, using his platform to tell people to have empathy and be nice. I'll always love and respect him for that. Just for that alone. Like kind of like when some guys say like, oh, I'm going to tattoo my girlfriend's name on my arm. And it's like, well, what if we break up? Well, it's not about the future. This is me representing you and our love, before any of that happens, God forbid, for past services rendered. And anything Gary Vee put his mind to it pretty much worked. Now, he said he's been wrong about certain things, like passing on Uber and passing on certain things. So when he came out with Recur, and, paired up with the Winklevoss twins and, got Hello Kitty and Riptar and Arya monsters, some great IP, I immediately said, this is going to take market share. And it still might. It really still might. I didn't get a Recur pass. When it was 300, went all the way up to like 800. It got really high. That FOMO set in, anything that's an NFT, and it rightfully should have been there. Obviously, since the market crash, it had gone down to about 120, give or take. I don't know what it's at now. I still expect that company to take market share. I'm not as bullish on Recur as I am right now after this weekend because Gary has gone and expressed, he said in an interview that he would let every single one of his other companies die so he can go and build up V-Friends. Now, most likely that won't happen. He won't need to let his other companies die. But the fact that he said that shows how much conviction and drive and intestinal fortitude he has towards V-Friends. For those that don't know, I have two companies. And in April of 2020, when during the height of the pandemic, I had a high-risk lending business and I had a Pokemon business. And I thought, okay, my clients from the high-risk lending business, they're not being allowed to work. So maybe I should take money out, but then, people are just getting laid off. They're not going to be buying Pokemon cards. And I thought, okay, I could either take the money from one and put it in the other, and one company would survive and flourish, and the other company would most definitely die. Or I could split it between both companies and, just at the thought of like, okay, I could lose both companies, or I could even, the thought that I could lose just even one company is like, no, I will make this work. I'm hell bent on making it work. And I did. Both companies survived. Both companies flourished after I split the funds. So and the reason I bring that up is because your company is like your child. Your company is like your, like Robin Williams said in Mrs. Doubtfire, saying I can't be around my children is like saying I can't have air. You letting your companies die is like letting a child die. Your heart and soul goes into something and it means so much to you. The fact that Gary Vee said he could let all of his other companies die just so he could focus on V-Friends. Now, there's a couple of reasons for this. One is because NFTs are the future. No, not just the JPEGs, not just the, Board of Yacht Club, CryptoKitties, not just, everyone and their sister has a, I'm working on an NFT project right now. We have the roadmap, we have whatever. You could have the best of intentions. You could have funding. If you do not connect with your audience, you have no hope. I think Einstein said if a thought is not absurd, it has no hope. VeVe right now, that they have no serious competition for number one. They don't. But V-Friends, I put as maybe not number two, but I put V-Friends above Recur because Gary Vee and his Rolodex and his hundreds of millions of dollars and his influence and his mind most of all. I don't care if you strip that man of his millions, of his hundreds of millions, that man will make it back. And because of his mind, his drive, his just will to survive, V-Friends will be successful. And you're not going to strip him of his millions. You're just not going to do that. So, his idea, his plans of taking his V-Friends, and which I might get, season one now, I don't care what the floor price is. And he doesn't care what the floor price is either. You know, he even mentioned that. It's like, I can't care what the floor price, you know, in ETH is, because he's so focused on the future. If people want to sell right now for like all-time lows or whatever, you know, VeVe, V-Friends, whatever, you know, you can do that. But this is something that will survive, that will thrive. And I just want everyone to know I'm very, very bullish on that because of this week, because of the amount of people that, the cult following that he has, and how many people recognize me, how many people recognize my VeVe shirt. Like, they're about half and half. Half the people, oh, VeVe, oh, I have you. I love this stuff. Randy Chavez, what's going on? You know, I had a couple of friends here, you know, this weekend that, and I will get to a separate video. They'll both come on the podcast, separate whales, separate important, super important people in the real world. You know, like flew me out here, basically, you know, had me stay in this hotel and bought my ticket, bought me dinner. You know, and I'll let them explain their reasons for that, you know, when they come on. But there is, let me show you a clip of Gary V. Talking, you know, somebody's talking about his, what is going to happen to V-Friends when Nintendo and Disney come out. And why did I show that? Gary knows 100% that Disney and Donald Duck are already on the blockchain, you know, on Immutable X through VeVe. Why doesn't he mention them? Again, Gary and anything that he touches, like V-Friends, that will be successful. What, you know, why would he advertise for another company that's already ahead? Like, that's miles ahead of everyone else. What I saw at Vcon, every single person that presented there, whether it was Mila Kunis, Logan Paul, you know, sports actors, there was a congressman there, you know, World of Women, every single person that presented there that I saw wanted to get where VeVe was 3 years ago. Every single other company is years behind on VeVe. They're years behind, and these other companies, they don't have hundreds of millions of dollars. They might have a couple $1 million. They might have tens of millions of dollars, but they're years behind and hundreds of millions of dollars behind. You can't catch VeVe. You can't catch them. They are miles ahead, and they're sprinting while others are barely out the gate. I was telling these friends that, you know, secret whales, which are attached to the secret whale that I met in New York, and powerful friends, wealthy friends, new whales that my old whale group and everything don't know about. They're going in. And I told them, listen, if you have whatever you have, put 25, whatever you can afford to lose, put it all in Omi. Put a bunch of it in VeVe. I expect VeVe NFTs to rise first. And this is my advice to them, not to you. I can't give financial advice to any of y'all. But to my friends, I can. And the ones that are watching this, we might be early. You could put a bunch of money in Omi right now, and you'd lose half of it in the next couple weeks. I don't know. But long term, choice is simple. It's not even a hard call. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. It's a free way to help support the channel. A non-free way is by joining Patreon or leaving that thanks button down below. I love you guys. Goodbye. Meow, 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 meow.